Hi, my name is Ms. Finkel and I am one of your counselors. I will be walking you through your 7th grade course selections for the next school year, for 2021-2022 school year. Our goal is to determine your courses and your electives, and you will fill out and submit your course selection form with an adult signature by this Friday, February 5th, 2021. What I would like for you to do is make sure you have your student name filled out, last name first, your first name, and then your middle initial. So if your middle name is James, just write the letter J here. Have your ID, your student ID number filled out as well. And please give us your parent information. Your parent information can be first name, last name, their phone number, and a good email for us to reach them at. What we're going to do for next school year is we're going to talk about your 4 core subjects, which are going to be your ELA, language arts, your math, science, and social studies. We're going to talk about regular versus honors. Then we're going to decide between PE and athletics. And then we're going to decide on your elective choice. And if you are the MAP course, the Math Accelerated Program, you will actually get 2 electives for next school year. All right, so our regular versus honors courses. So we talked a little bit about this last year, but just kind of refresh your memory here. Honor classes are going to require possibly more homework, more reading, higher expectations. It's going to be taught at a faster level, faster pace, higher level of instruction. There could be more home projects. You must maintain a grade of a 70 or higher. And so it's going to be overall just harder courses or for these honors classes. And you can choose to be in honors classes for your language arts, science, and social studies. For the math pre-AP, the math honors, class, your parents will get an email with some more information on the MAP program. It's going to have a online video that your parents must watch. It's with some important information. So they need to initial here where it says parent initial. And this is just them saying, I understand about the video, I watched it, and we're good to go here. It will also cover students who are not in the MAP program but would like to be in the MAP program as a 7th grader. A few of the requirements is that they must master the 6th grade STAR test this May, and they must meet requirement on the district algebra readiness assessment. Just a little bit of information. Students in the MAP program are currently learning 6th grade material and also most of 7th grade material. So we want to make sure that they've mastered both 6th and 7th grade before they are placed into the MAP program as a 7th grader. So you are going to right now select your course subjects. So you're going to put a check or an X. If you're a remote learner, it's going to be an X that you're going to type in. Just tell us which one, the ELA regular or ELA honors. Do the same thing for your math. If you are in math regulars now, but you want to be in the MAP, then go ahead and click and put an X by the MAP. Do the same thing for science regulars or science honors, and same thing for social study or Texas history or Texas honors here. Next, we're going to talk about pre-athletics versus PE. You need 1 more year of physical education, so you have the choice of PE or athletics. Athletics is going to be very similar to pre-athletics this year. I did include the requirements of our athletics class. Just keep in mind it's going to be students who are going to compete against other schools, so they're going to require off-season activities in which students are conditioning, weightlifting. They are going to be held to certain standards. They need to be passing all their classes. If you would like your student to be, or if you would like to be in athletics next year, you must have a completed physical before school starts next school year. And you must have the intention to try out for 3 of the sports offered. So you gotta want to try out for these sports in order for you to be a good applicant for athletics. So we're going to go ahead and place a check mark or an X by PE or athletics, and go ahead and mark if you're a boy or girl. That'll help us making sure you're in the right class. And just remember, if you choose to be in athletics, you do need to have a physical completed before next school year. Now we're going to talk about your elective. So you go from having 3 choices to choose from to now you have about 10. So we're going to talk about each one. So I'm going to explain in further detail in the next slides. So just kind of listen and see which electives pop out to you. Okay, so first one we have High School Spanish 1A. So in high school, you have to have 2 years of foreign language. It could be 2 years of Spanish or two years of American Sign Language. You can start getting get 1 credit as a 7th grader next year. So what we would do is you would take High School Spanish 1A as a 7th grader, High School Spanish 1B as an 8th grader, and we combine them to give you 1 year of high school credit. You don't need to know anything about Spanish. It's a beginner level class. It will, however, be taught like an honors class. It's going to have quite a bit of expectations. There's going to be a lot of studying, a lot of work required in order for you to learn another language. Should be worth it in the end. By the end of this class, you'll be able to read, speak, understand, and present beginner level information in Spanish. However, no high school credit will be given if you only take High School Spanish 1A as a 7th grader and don't take the second part as an 8th grader. You have to take the second part as an 8th grader to get 1 year of high school Spanish. Next, we have the beginner band. This is if you have not played an instrument, you were not in band this year, but you would like to be in band, or maybe you want to switch instruments and you want to start all over with a new instrument. You can be in beginner band for next school year. If you are in band this year and you want to continue that, then you will be in the 2nd year band, which will be 0772 on your course sheet. You will have to audition with your band directors, and they'll place you in either the concert band or the symphonic band. But our 2nd year band students are going to be doing a lot more. They're going to be in a class where it's the whole band, all of the instruments together. They'll be able to play at school prep rallies. They go to the football games, middle school, and 1 for high school. They'll go to elementary schools. We'll have concerts. They'll have UIL evaluations. They have a few field trips, and they also have the different contests for solo and ensemble. And then symphonic band is basically your advanced band. And this is just where students will play harder music than the concert band, and they'll have a few more individual contests. Like I said, it may require an audition, but our band directors will be in touch with you if this is your first elective choice. The next elective is theater arts. This is for 7th and 8th grade students. It's going to be built upon what they learned in theater arts in 6th grade. Students will read, write, design, act, and complete backstage tasks as they explore many types of performances and different periods of history in theater. Any full production will be separate from the theater class. That means basically if there is a play that is being put on, it will be done outside of this class, not during this class. FPS. What is FPS? FPS stands for Future Problem Solvers. And so what it is an elective that students can work on throughout the year. We'll work in teams to research different environmental real-world topics such as recycling, toxic diseases, chronic waste. The iCloud was one of them. And so what happens is students get a story that's set 30 years in the future. They'll read that story, and within their team, they will talk about what are the future problems that could arise, and then they have to write out the solutions for those problems that they come up with. So it's great for students who are creative thinkers, who have that futuristic ideas, who like to research some problems, and also they like to write, because it is going to be one class that they are writing in. Our students go to competitions, and they do go off campus to competitions. And if they do really well, then they'll be in the state competition and also international competitions. Art 1 is for any student who has not taken art in the past but would like to get in art. They have that opportunity to take that beginner level art class. And that's going to be your basic art class where they work on drawings, shading, painting, do a few ceramics, and so forth. Then we have an advanced art. So if you are in art right now as a sixth grader, you can take advanced art next year. However, you must be in art right now to take advanced art. So if you want to keep going with those art skills that you've been learning and developing, then this is a great class for you to kind of continue doing that and dig a little bit deeper in your art skills here. Journalism class and yearbook. So as a seventh grader, you have the option to be in our journalism class. And then in eighth grade, we have our eighth graders who help with the creation of our yearbook. However, you must take the journalism as a seventh grader to help in the creation of your yearbook. So what you do in journalism is you learn different journalism characteristics, different types of journalism. If you're a student who likes to get the story straight, you always want to know you always want to know more, the when, what, where, how, why. You always want to get those details and make the great story. This would be a great class for you. You'll learn how to ask the right questions. You'll look for details. You'll explore different types of journalism. You'll find the story in any situation. You'll learn how to gather that information, organize ideas, format stories, and edit your articles. So this is a great class for you if you kind of want to get ready to break the news. Then, as an eighth grader, you can help in our yearbook creation, and this also includes learning how to take pictures, put together different types of pictures to create a yearbook spread. So a lot of different things you can do with this class as an eighth grader. And our last elective to choose from is our robotics class. So students will get to use little Ozo robots, and they'll use a computer programming to give it a certain code to make the robot perform a certain task. So this does have to do with a robot, and it also does have to do with computer programming. So if they like the coding parts, then this could be a great class for you. So what I would like you to do is number your electives, your first choice, number 1, your second choice, number 2, and so on. So you're going to place a number 1 through 4 by your electives to the left of them. And like I said, you're going to number them off. 1 is being your first choice, 2 is your second, 3 is your third, and 4 is your fourth. Keep in mind that you may not get your first pick, so be comfortable with your first and your second choice here. Here's just a short recap of your elective choices you have here. So if you kind of forgot, you can look here for a quick definition of what these electives offer. Once you're done, please make sure that you sign where it says student signature, write the date that you fill this out, and also have your parents sign it by typing it in. If you're an in-person student, your parents can actually sign here and date it. But you must have your signature and a parent's signature before you submit this form. Just a few reminders. Please have this form either turned into your science teacher if you're in person, or if you're a remote student, have this submitted into Google Classroom by this Friday, February 5th. Please have your parent signatures on the front. If you're an in-person, you're going to have your signature on the back with the course change. Once next school year starts, we will not be changing any electives. So if you have an elective change, after you turn this into us or your science teacher and you have an elective change, your parents can email us. If your last name is A through M, you're going to email kelsey.finkel@mvisc.org. Or if your last name is N through Z, you're going to email rosemary.morales@mvisc.org. And our emails are right up here under where it says Loma Alta Middle School. This is us right here. One last thing I wanted to show you before we end this video is if you want more information about these different courses, you can look at our course catalog. Actually, it should be 2021-2022 course catalog on Loma Alta's website. The way you do that is you go to mvic.com. You select the site at the top of that screen. Make sure you scroll down and click on Loma Alta Middle School. Once you're at Loma Alta Middle School, you can go scroll down and under where it says quick links, make sure you click on 2021-2022 course catalog, and that way it will take you to the course descriptions. You just click on 7th grade course descriptions, and you could read in further detail about the different courses and electives that we offer. And also, if you have an iPhone, you can use the QR code on your form down there. Well, this is it for today. So let us know if you have any questions, and we'd be happy to help you.